Hello and welcome to a Sentinel review of Capcom's Resident Evil 3 Remake. Warning, this will be a spoiler review for Resident Evil 3 Remake. Resident Evil 3 is a remake of the original game that came out in 1999 for the original PlayStation. I am playing this on the PlayStation 5. Resident Evil 3 Remake came out a year after the Resident Evil 2 Remake. My review will focus only on the single-player story mode. Resident Evil 3 continues the survival horror genre, and you play as both Jill Valentine and Carlos Oliveira. The story is set in Raccoon City and the T-Virus has already broken out. Jill is a former member of the Raccoon Police Department's Special Tactics and Rescue Service, or simply STARS. Carlos works for the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service, or UBCS. The UBCS was sent to get a vaccine for the virus from Dr. Nathaniel Bard in Raccoon City. A monstrous creature called Nemesis was sent to hunt Jill by Umbrella, as Jill knows that Umbrella was behind the outbreak. It is very eerie that this game came out when a real-life pandemic was happening in the world. The first thing that came to my mind about this game is how good the graphics look. The graphics for this game still holds up, though this game originally was designed for the PlayStation 4. The game has been updated for the PlayStation 5 and the graphics have improved. There is less shimmering and the frame rate is very stable. I choose to play this game with ray tracing off and to have focused more on frame rates. Even after playing God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West, I still find Resident Evil 3 Remake a joy to play due to its awesome graphics. The power of the PlayStation 5 and other current-gen consoles gave new life to the game. It doesn't look last generation at all. I played the Resident Evil 2 Remake on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and there were plenty of shimmering, and it simply isn't as polished as the Resident Evil 3 Remake on the PlayStation 5. Current-gen consoles are the way to go for this game. The game uses the RE engine seen in Resident Evil 2 and 4 remakes, and Resident Evil 7 and 8. The characters look great, the airs look exceptional as well. Textures of the airs are very high. The zombies animate so well, even the monsters. Much emphasis has been placed in the graphics to make the game look very good. The presentation and production values are high. My criticism for this game is that it is short. Much content has been removed when compared to the original Resident Evil 3 game. It is not a 1:1 translation, but to me, this is not necessarily a bad thing because I got the game on sale. If I paid full price, then I would be more critical. Maybe the game is short because the developers released this game only a year after Resident Evil 2 Remake. Some say this game is just a DLC of Resident Evil 2 Remake. They have a point as this game utilizes some of the areas found in Resident Evil 2 Remake. Even enemies from Resident Evil 2 Remake like the Licker make a reappearance. Another point of criticism is Nemesis. Nemesis is now the big bad boss of the game, and for some reason, I cannot take him seriously. Nemesis has been mocked, which is unusual for the main boss. Nemesis can be both terrifying and goofy at the same time. I am not sure why. Is it because of the looks of Nemesis? Or the absurdity of a monster like him carrying a rocket launcher aimed at Jill? He just looks and acts funny throughout the game. I would still consider the Resident Evil series as campy, and that is to be expected. They used to have terrible voice acting, and there is one of the worst gaming music found in Resident Evil Director's Cut called Crime and Punishment. I am glad to say that these elements aren't found in Resident Evil 3 Remake. The voice acting has improved a lot compared to those that came in the 1990s. The story is basic, there is good versus evil. Jill Valentine is the main character of the game. She's the target of Umbrella because of Jill's knowledge about Umbrella. Umbrella were the ones responsible for creating and spreading the virus, so in the game Umbrella sent Nemesis to eliminate her. Umbrella wants to prevent news of their misdeeds from leaking. Carlos Oliveira is another hero of the game. He starts out as a mercenary for Umbrella, but later on, he decides to help Jill. The two try to scramble for a vaccine before Raccoon City gets blown out by a missile. Along the way, they were betrayed by Carlos' teammate Nikolai. Nikolai's loyalty keeps changing as we aren't sure who employed him. Nikolai mysteriously appears in various bits when Jill is in trouble with Nemesis. Nikolai's arrivals get really amusing as to how he can conveniently appear at the right time. Nikolai always leaves Jill to face Nemesis and destroys the vaccine. Even at the time a missile is about to destroy the city, Nikolai is there again to stop Jill. Nemesis is another unwitting running gag of the game. Nemesis keeps reappearing and attacking Jill. Deep into the game, Nemesis keeps changing forms and it keeps getting more and more ludicrous. So I admit I'm wrong, camp still exists in the game. The reason why Resident Evil 3 Remake is so entertaining is the unpredictability of the game. You are put in scenarios of great difficulty, fighting zombies and freaks of the T-virus. Death easily lurks in each corner as you are still unfamiliar with the large areas of the game. You don't know what creatures are hiding as you go through each area. The most common creatures are the human zombies. Zombies have variety, they are animated very well. For some reason, they can get annoyingly fast and put bite marks on you when you are not looking. Shooting their body parts is so well done as their limbs go apart depending on where you shoot them. A more enhanced version of zombies is the Ni Alpha Parasite. These are still human zombies but their heads had mutated thanks to Nemesis. The mutated head can now attack you with sharp edges of their tentacles. These creatures can attack you from afar. The game then gets tougher as you go deeper into the game. You then face the two kinds of hunters. The first one is the Hunter Gamma, which can easily kill you on the spot. Given its large size though, they make easy targets for your various weapons. Hunter Beta is also a big monster but it can easily evade your attacks. If you encounter this type of enemy while your health is low, watch out. The damage done by the Hunter Beta is significant and they are hard to evade. You might need to retry the game and figure out this enemy. From above, you get surprise attacks from Drain Demos. Again, these enemies are animated oh so well. Drain Demos are exceptionally animated, even better than other monsters if I may say. You then have a creature called Palehead that is so tough to kill. It takes many bullets and ammunition to eliminate this evil looking creature. Making their appearance are the zombie dogs and the licker. The zombie dogs are infamously known in the first Resident Evil. The dogs attack out of the blue and a lot of players drop their controllers out of panic. This scene is famous and a lot of people who played the first game will forever remember that moment. In Resident Evil 3 Remake, these dogs look great in a dark way. Their flesh seems to be rotting off and they attack ferociously. The licker originally in Resident Evil 2 just looks like a nightmare and is tough to beat. The licker moves fast and can cause great damage. All in all, these creatures make the game so exciting and add so much to the game's theme of survival horror. Adding to the fun are weapons that you can employ. You start out with a basic handgun and you have to reload the gun while evading countless enemies. You then level up to the classic shotgun, which may be the most fun weapon in the game. Shotguns are very effective when doing headshots to zombies. More powerful weapons include grenade launchers, magnums, grenades, and Carlos assault rifle. Grenade launchers can be equipped with different kinds of ammo. Magnums are like handguns, but may even be more powerful than shotguns. Grenades really pack a punch and can affect a crowd of enemies. Carlos assault rifle is very effective against all types of enemies. Most of the weapons can be upgraded like capacity, recoil, and so on. They certainly add to the spectacle of the game and aid the player to overcome its many challenges. Puzzles provide some variety to the game as you search for keys and solutions to the puzzles. You have to search for key items in unfamiliar terrain while trying to evade the zombies. In this game, the puzzles are very minimal. There is more priority in finding a combination or essential items that are locked. I did not find myself stuck on any of these puzzles, nor did I have a hard time unlocking items. It was really smooth sailing. Another important element of Resident Evil is item management. You are only given a limited capacity in carrying items. Each item must be used sparingly like bullets, green herbs, and others. Some items must be combined to create ammo. Further, certain items must be examined to give key items. Item management might seem limiting, but believe me, it adds a lot of tension and challenge in the game. Much has been criticized about this game, but there is no denying how terrific the audio of this game is with earphones on. I would say the music is one of the stars of the game. It has been a revelation. I decided to play this game using a wired Sennheiser earphone connected to the controller, and it changed my experience for this game. I never realized how much the mood and atmosphere were heightened by using headphones. Normally, I would play my PlayStation 5 games using a soundbar, but I strongly recommend playing Resident Evil games using an earphone. The game received much praise for its graphics, but the audio is just as good as the graphics. I kid you not. Playing without earphones would be a detriment to playing this game. You will miss out on a lot. Moving forward, I will play horror games with earphones on. Overall, I find this game to be thoroughly enjoyable. I prefer playing this game to many games out there, though it is short. It was a blast running through Raccoon City not knowing what to expect and how to survive with my limited resources. Both graphics and audio are very well made. Again, I need to put importance in using earphones. There is no need to buy expensive ones. I would totally recommend getting this game for current gen consoles as they are well optimized. There is vast improvement in loading times and graphics have been upgraded and stabilized. Playing this game on PlayStation 4 would be a disservice. PlayStation 5 is a better way to play. This game is easily available during sales for about half the original price, and it is totally worth it. Thank you for watching this review. Please like and subscribe.